All right, I'll call this meeting of the Budget and Finance meeting to order at 6:16 PM, May 23rd. Approval of minutes of May 9th.
So moved.
Moved by Councilor George, seconded by Councilor Gallagher. Any discussion on the minutes?
Nope.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passes 2-0. This is public comment. I don't see any public comment here. There's nobody online, right, Josh?
Nope.
Nope. So let's go to legislation referred, order FY 24006 CPA reserve accounts for fiscal year 2024. You see that in your package. It's pretty good explanation as to what they're trying to do. Michael, do you want to add anything to that?
No, it's pretty standard budget for CPC. 10% into each of the three buckets, 5% for the administrative expenses, and then two debt payments, one for Keith Homestead and one for the Academy building, and then the rest into budgeted reserves. So it's pretty straightforward.
So we are down to a 21% match from the state.
There is talk about the Senate increasing it to 30.
Wasn't it supposed to be 100?
It started.
When it started. Yeah, when it started.
Don't know. I mean, I liked it when it was 100%, now we're 21%, but that's not the discussion for today.
Well, isn't the piece that we get really dived because of the no more refinancing? Or so we get, which one needs to?
Well, we're a 2% community. We're not a 3% community, so we get a little hit because of that on state funding.
What's the highest anyone gets though?
In terms of
30%?
percentage,
Yeah.
it's probably somewhere around there. It's not a huge.
It's all driven on Registry of Deeds excise or recording?
Recording.
Recording. So,
That's the state's funding source.
In regards to the order, I don't have anything. No questions, no issues.
is there a motion, to recommend?
So moved.
It's a motion to recommend. I'll second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. To recommend to council. And we have supplemental appropriation for FY 24-007. That is
Okay.
to do debt. This is the debt for our share of year one,
Year one.
because this is the lowest one.
So we did not include, yeah, because this is the lowest.
Lowest.
We did not include this in the budget.
Right.
So sort of taking a gamble that it was going to pass at the polls. So this now just gets incorporated into the budget every year, but this just simply is the supplemental budget, so to speak, that incorporates it into this year's budget.
So how is it being paid for by?
Debt exclusion.
That's right. What will it go up next year, do you think?
I can tell you exactly.
I knew that answer when I asked it. I knew the answer to that question when I asked it.
Oh, let's see. Most recent schedule. Next year, we're looking at over 800. It'll be between 800 and 900 for 3 years, and then it'll go up to about 1 million too.
Is that a 20 or 30 year note?
It's 30.
Wow.
Rates went way up. Interest rates went way up.
Yeah, not good timing.
Well, the taxpayers said at the election that they want to approve this, and I was one of them. So is there a motion to recommend?
So moved.
And I'll second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
So we recommend 2-0. Now let's go to the Jenkins Pond Dam Removal and Bridge Replacement Grant Acceptance FY 23-055. That's $8.25 million.
So Mike, will that, how much of the state and federal grant money will cover the actual cost of the project?
All of it.
All of it?
So the total all-in cost for us on the project is going to be about 6.5, 6.8. So we've got a pretty nice buffer.
These are all your funding sources right here.
Mhm.
And obviously, they don't give us the money unless we spend the money. So
Right.
it's not like we can have a windfall.
Well, at least we've got, like you said, some cushion. Pretty straightforward. I'd make a motion to recommend.
I'll second. Any discussion? All those in favor to recommend?
Aye.
2-0. Capital plan transfers, FY 23-056.
My own application. So like in the use of funding,
Mhm.
why is it you have two line items for replacing police vehicles? Replace two and then replace one, why not just have replace three?
I think that's just the way they came in as a request. I think there are two. One is the one is a different type of vehicle than the other two. I can pull up the capital plan requests.
Is usually 3 a year, right? It's always like 3 a year they try to replace.
Yeah. That's we're trying to do exactly on a routine basis. So the request, well, actually, ironically, take it all back. It comes in as one lump sum on the capital request form. I think we had planned on, and this is my guess, but we had originally planned to present one of these at the earlier, on the earlier capital appropriation. So I think the fact that it got delayed probably meant that it was two line items. But it actually is three vehicles, three similar vehicles. Yep.
So they cruisers,
What they look like.
so cruisers.
Yeah. And I think Chris is trying to get hybrids. They experimented with a hybrid this year. Found that it was good. The problem is trying to find hybrids. Or find any of them. Specifically hybrids.
Now, if the town buys it, do we get kind of the incentives that private citizens would get? No. And then the labor costing module, what specifically is that?
So, we were looking at, about a year ago, we were looking at a way to try to cut down the amount of time that it takes accounting and payroll to come up with, our outlooks on every time we do a negotiation or every time we give an increase. So this is a program that will allow us to merge every employee or every position, I should say, every position the town has into a program. And then if we decide we want to give 2.5%, you can punch that in and it extrapolates all of the different pay codes into what it would actually cost to give 2.5%. So right now, that's a really time-consuming process for both payroll and accounting. So
Is that purchase of the program or is that a licensing fee?
it's a purchase of the license, and it's also the first 2 years of support and maintenance.
Okay, so there's a one-time expense to acquire it.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, it's not an ongoing expense.
Well, the ongoing expense could be just after the 2 years getting support.
Right. It also gives us numbers that we can actually merge right onto the website, for transparency purposes. Obviously, we're merge negotiating stuff on, but
And then one other question, trap rate, 26 grand?
Big break.
that is a rake for all of the playing fields. So I think we have 9 playing fields. That's for him.
The infield? Players out there. There's no place.
Well, the Little League has one that they use out Legion, but it's last legs.
Well,
I agree though.
well, that's good.
And even in the capital, 5-year capital plans for 2023, 2 police vehicles and 1 police. Next year, replace 2 vehicles. Interesting. What is a concession stairs?
Down Legion Field, the stairs.
Oh, I thought it was under the senior center.
Like putting stairs in as a concession to folks that can't make it.
And this, records management, the town clerk, she sent an email out, she was concerned about something, and this has nothing to do with that, right?
No, she was concerned, there was some miscommunication about, she thought we were gonna put some kind of, we put a
Space.
space in the memorial building that's controlled access, that we can get into it. And for some reason she thought, or we may have talked about years ago, we may have talked about, some kind of cage. So she had it in her mind that there was a cage. But it's a locked area. So
So in this, I know this is on our agenda to refer out tonight, but is this, are all the things in here, or is it just not everything? It doesn't quite match. Or something, was there already a round of this done?
we already did, yeah, we did, the first round we did was payments on lease purchases. So when we commit, you'll see one, I think on your agenda tonight is the loader. So that is the first payment of a 5-year plan. So otherwise, everything that was on the last order and everything on this order should be in the FY23 plan.
Well, there's one thing in here for FY23 for Memorial Building. Rehab CPC 160, and then the 120 is in here. See
Right.
that? Where's the?
So the 120, so the overage is about 280 plus or minus. So we're looking at CPC for 160.
Oh, and that's in
roughly.
the other, is that in the
And
other?
then we're looking on your current capital, we're looking for 120. So we're about 160 out of CPC and then about 120 out of the capital.
Yeah. No dog park yet.
I did get good, completely aside, it's not on the agenda, but I got good news from DEP. So DEP is working with the EPA to try to find funding to clean up Rainbow's End. And she called me the other day and said, I think I got good news and I'm just waiting to hear. So
There's gonna be people that, I don't know.
Anyway, make a motion to recommend.
Is a motion to recommend? I'll second. Any other discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, 2-0 to recommend. acceptance of a donation.
Got a question for you.
How much?
How much?
$200.
Okay. So make a friendly amendment to add
200 million.
donation, after donation of $200 from Black Hat Brew Works.
Is there a second? There's a second. Any other discussion? And what is it going to be used for?
Going into the Styles and Heart
Styles and Heart
donation,
donation.
so
Good.
improvements to
Okay.
the park.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, Black Hat.
Well, now the main motion to recommend
Oh, you want to?
FY
You're
23.
making an amendment, you
Yeah.
made an amendment to add the $200.
Yep.
Did they want that? Do we have? maybe-
You should do that, just for the record.
Yep. Right, so I'll make a motion to recommend FY 23-057 as amended.
And I'll second that. Any other discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
It's 2-0, 2. Amendment, 2. And the Water Enterprise Fund Carver's Pond Filtration FY 23-058.
How long do the filters usually last?
We're supposed to replace the media about every 5 to 8 years, and it's been evidently maybe 20 years of Carver's.
Oh,
So,
It's coming out of water receipts.
Yeah.
Retained earnings. Is there a motion to recommend?
so moved.
I'll second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Recommend 2-0. All yeses. Yes, 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 yes. No controversy here. Any public comment here? Anybody arrive late? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn
So
at
moved.
6:33 PM.
So moved.
I'll second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, we are adjourned at 6:33 PM.